next meeting and approve or change whatever you want.
So I don't suppose we could have highlighted in red the changes, huh? How hard is that?
I can make a copy of our old
Sure.
one.
But I will say, the only thing that got changed is H, that's got the $500.
H on the drug and alcohol?
Yep.
I go to, under which one though? 3,
On
2?
the second page,
Yeah,
Second
page
page.
says reportable
Eight.
accident.
it says
Reportable
reportable
Okay,
accident.
so this is the only thing that changed?
Yep.
Okay,
And that I know of, that is the only thing that isn't
and
on the
it's,
original policy and or falls under the DOT guidelines.
so it's more restricted than the DOT.
Yes. Yes, for that. Other than that, everything else stays the same.
Alright, so can we go back to the first one you handed out?
Sure.
Where did you say the changes were in there, or did we not have this policy?
Yes, we do have this policy, and basically on the second page, permit and inspection fee schedule.
Yep,
And then now it says, note, please refer to the current
Yep.
permit.
yep,
That used to have like the whole,
okay.
like,
Used to be listed here
Listed.
instead of
yes.
an attachment.
And the only other thing I changed was it wasn't quite right on the office hours on the back page. That's why I just made that reflect.
Office hours on the back page, and that's the only other change.
Because it talked about, there's another one between the 7 to 3 and the 6 to 4, it was
Yeah,
6:30
yeah,
to 4.
yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay, alright,
and really that's the only change there too.
okay,
So, nothing significant, but
lovely,
we're slowly getting some permit, or some policies.
Change.
right.
Alright, so the last thing is under new business, the approved cost share policy. Which, did you guys get all that? I think you got a copy of that, actually.
Yeah.
I have the
Are you
overnight.
going to approve that today?
Yeah.
I question one item.
What's that?
I have a question on one of the items.
Alright,
Item number 4,
okay,
the road stabilization 50/50 share with the townships, but it doesn't tell you how many applications they can do.
you can do as many as you want.
Okay,
It's just 50/50.
unlimited.
If that's what you want, yes.
I just want to make sure that, because I don't want to make an assumption, it's only one. We can do 2 or
That's
3
per application.
per application.
So, yeah, some townships do 3, most do 1, I think everybody does 1. Some do 2, 1 or 2 of them does 3. If everybody wants to do 3, it's 50/50. Is that the only question yet?
That's it.
Alright,
Alright, I have a question.
sure.
Old policy, number 2, reconstruction of local blacktop roads for repaving, it was a 60-40 split.
Mhm.
Where does that show up on the new list?
They're kind of combined where number 1 is now, if it's all contracted work, then it's 100% to the township.
Okay,
If we use our forces, anything that our forces do is 50/50. And so it's kind of, they're mixed into, the old
Kind of
policy
split.
was, the old policy was, to me, too confusing because it was talked about 2 different things. It was very similar and had different matches.
so given our fund balance and trying to do what we need to do, is 50-50 the right split on a repaving?
Well, repaving, depending on who's doing it, is gonna be a contractor, and they're gonna pay 100% of the material and everything. If it's paver patching, then yes, I
And
think,
it's 50-50.
I think, we can handle that. The biggest, to be honest with you, the biggest significant change that I made was the complete ditching, because that is very labor intensive.
And that's number 5 of the new contract.
Yes. Where the old one, ditching and deberming was like lumped together.
Right,
I separated out because ditching is what cost us so much to do
right,
and takes so much time
Right.
to do. So I changed that to 70/30.
Okay.
But I left deberming at 50/50 because we should be able to go through with our crews.
Pretty
It's
fast.
still a labor intensive thing it's not, there's no materials there, it's just labor and equipment, we should be able to go through and do those easy. And that's kind of what we're doing for, reading right now on Hakes and Fowler. We can scoot through there and do them fairly easy. When we have to go in and do a complete ditching job, kinda like we did on Sterling, that takes us forever and it costs a lot of money to do it. So I would prefer, and I'm gonna try to steer the townships towards, if not deburring done, great, we'll see whatever we can do to do that. If you're not ditching, we might even hold off on this year on ditching and or limit that significantly, cause
It's too intense.
Well, it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of time.
that's our people.
Our
That's,
people,
yes.
and we don't cover our other bases if we,
Yes.
if we have too many of those.
And so my ideal thing is, which I thought was what we did before, but it was misinterpreted. We'll go through and we'll deburn and get things to wherever we need to for, if we need to do a little bit of a ditch there, fine, get it to where it can flow and go where it wants to go, because water's gonna go to the lowest point, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So if we can do a little bit of ditching, to get it where it needs to go, that's fine, under deburring. But if you want us to go in and cut trees out and take, put new culverts in everywhere, that's a significant cost and time. So that's the difference there. Other than that, I don't believe there's no other significant changes there from the old to the new.
So we can approve this today.
That's,
I
The
don't see a
idea?
difference.
what's that?
Doing the, patching, like gravel patching and limestone patching,
Mhm.
making it all 50-50 versus them being responsible for 100% of the material. And we just do the spreading. We combined it to 50-50.
Number
Yes,
three,
but I think, I know that's gonna cause an issue for you as far as billing, but I
Oh,
think,
didn't change it?
yeah. So,
Never mind.
the materials is 100% to the township, no matter whether they use gravel or limestone,
Oh, sorry.
because if we're taking it 50-50 and one township's doing gravel, one township's doing limestone,
Mhm.
the township that gets in limestone get a lot more bang for their buck.
so are you gonna change that then?
No.
No, so the material, I've got 100% to the township, the hauling and spreading is 100% to us.
But that's not what this says. Number three,
It does.
It does.
gravel, limestone, resurfacing, and gravel roads. HCRC crews, 50% township, 50% road commission of actual cost.
You, number three?
Number three.
That's-
No, number three says
Then you've
100%
got-
township for the.
You don't
I
have
have
that.
an old one.
Yep.
There you go. I need a new one. I thought this was the one that was in my packet, so
It might have been.
there you go.
it might-
I need a new one.
And
Well, I'm
then
glad I-
It
That's
might
what
have,
it
it might have been, but
There
it
you
might have
go.
got changed in that.
There you go.
Yeah, this isn't a
Yeah, that was in my
antique one.
packet. So
Yeah, sorry, that's my
there
bad.
you go. All right. Well, I'm glad I read it out because I was reading exactly
I
what she
thought,
said. What do you mean
where
you
the hell is
fixed
she
it?
reading?
Yeah, what one are you reading there? That isn't what mine's reading.
So I know that'll
Okay.
cause two different things in the computer system.
Which is fine, that's how we've
But-
always done it, but last
Yeah.
time we discussed it,
I know.
I didn't know it changed.
I changed my mind.
Which is fine.
So, and we should be able to haul and spread the gravel, and that's pretty much the 50-50, but if it takes us longer to spread or haul, then
That's
it's
all
on
right.
us. But then they can pay for, and the concern was if we start, because at one point I even had, they pay for material and then 50-50 on the hauling and spreading. But if we put too much on the townships like that, they're gonna stop doing so
Yes.
much work. And we need them to do work.
We need to
So
work.
we gotta make it as fair as possible and still meet our goals through our budget. But, so I think, them paying for materials is whatever they want. And sometimes we might have to limit as to how much,
Right.
and then we'll spread it.
Yeah, cause time-wise,
Okay. Can we get a motion on the,
and I move that we adopt the,
Would you wanna ask if there's any other public comment?
Oh.
About, just in case.
any other public comment.
yes, we got township officials here.
I know.
I move that we adopt the cost sharing policy for local road and bridge projects effective October 24th, 2024.
Support.
Any discussion?
I do have a question. Number 4, the road, gravel road stabilization with Brian 50/50. I know Alan brought that question up. My question would be, I would assume from a road commission standpoint, we would want them to do more than one application, so therefore we want to contribute to subsequent applications as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just.
Okay.
The more applications, the better for us too.
Yeah, no, I know. I just, I kinda want it verbalized in this meeting that why we're paying for more than one application, cause I think there's other townships that don't pay for any of applications.
Now, every township, in the past couple years, every township's done one.
No, I said that wrong. Other counties don't pay anything towards the brining. I live in Sheboygan County, and I believe that's the case, it's all on the township.
But Jackson County brines twice a year and pays for every bit of it.
Right, so
So
by
there's-
county, it's different.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
on one scale to the other.
Right.
Lenawee County's 100% townships.
Yep.
Right,
So,
right.
so this is kind of a happy medium to try to get participation, try to get us, I would love to be able to pay for the
Right.
brine and do it at our schedule,
Right,
but
but the brining is a good thing, it helps us long-term,
yes,
the road commission as well as the locals.
yes.
Alright,
The bad thing would be if the DNR or Eagle makes you
Right.
decrease the
That will
percentage
be,
or the amount per
Yeah.
mile.
right,
Now, you don't address the power per mile, 3,000 gallons per mile on the.
but we could get mandated less.
Yes.
right. And
And
we don't
that's
have-
one reason I didn't put it,
It does
Amount
work
per mile.
though,
Right.
yes, it does
Okay.
work.
Are we ready to vote? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Guess what? We can sign this one. Also, we need to sign this one.
yes, yes.
I'm gonna get that one signed.
Do we need just one signed copy or more than
One
one?
signed
Just one
copy.
signed copy. So we'll have to wait until Mike's back
That's all right.
to finish that.
I can make sure that it's
She's
updated
gonna
when it's
put
getting
one.
signed. Okay.
Well, I think,
that's
this
one.
is 50/50,
Get rid of that.
I think.
Nope.
Oh,
We're
no.
looking
Oh,
at
we're
number
different.
3.
Okay, alright, I was quick read, so, alright, very good.
And with that, I'm done. Questions?
you can't be.
I got a question.
Thank you.
I have a couple as well.
Somerset Township, was gonna look into, changing the speed limits at, I think it was Lake Somerset. And they wanna know what the cost of a speed limit engineering study was gonna be.
I will be able to get that because I was actually dealing with that for reading on bankers. So I've got the point of contact and everything for that. I can get that.
Okay,
That's Somerset.
and then,
At where?
I believe it was Lake. Don't hold it. Tim Shaw was asking me about it. And maybe I'll contact him.
Okay.
And then a resident wanted to know if there was gonna be a center line painted on Sauk Trail.
No.
Okay.
Is that because the road's too narrow?
That, and we just don't normally, or you wouldn't paint them on like those little like subdivision roads. Cause normally they do so many of this, it'd be a solid yellow all the way through it.
Oh, solid yellow, there is a center line though,
No,
there's nothing,
no.
okay,
There's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit and.
and you don't have to have a center line?
They painted one on,
They should.
I
If
know,
they did.
I know. Because the resident was just ecstatic, that lived in Lake Bel Air, that she had a center line now, and she thanked us immensely for putting center line there. I told Bob-
Those should be a very, very
I
unique.
told Bob, I said they did it by mistake.
So I have a couple questions.
All right.
So the first one is, you didn't mention the Southeast Council meeting. I think that comes up on Monday, November the 4th. It's gonna be held in Jackson County.
Don't know if I've even seen that.
I haven't seen nothing either.
Well, I know about it because I called Lenawee County Road Commission to find out. But I don't remember the start time.
I
Is
don't even have that.
it
So
9 or 10 o'clock?
those are normally for Southeast, I think they're normally like at 9 or 9:30 for like the donuts.
You're right.
Well,
Yeah, check in, whatever. And then normally the meeting starts at 10. But I will double check, 'cause I don't have that in my email.
So I'm planning on attending that, so I don't know whether, there needs to be
Well,
somebody notified to,
For RSVP.
yeah.
yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll be out of town. Where's it being held at
In,
again?
in Jackson County, at the Jackson County Road Commission, I
Figures they wouldn't
presume.
tell me.
At the road commission building there?
Yes, that's where they normally have it.
Okay.
They probably sent it to your Jackson County email.
Maybe.
You know where that's at?
I think I still remember.
You said it's gonna be at 9 o'clock?
I'll double check on that and I'll send out an email or.
All right, I won't.
So with that
Normally.
being said, because, all right, if people are going, we need to know for sure so I can get a check cut on our next AP to pay.
Or I've gotta pay for you guys again and get reimbursed.
Ah,
Well,
Bob
Nothing wrong with that.
can pay for us and submit the reimbursement.
So,
I wouldn't sweat it. I wouldn't think it would be a big deal.
that's not.
Yeah.
So,
I missed, what are we doing?
Southeast Council, would you wanna go?
What date?
November 4th?
Monday, November the 4th,
I think I could go.
it's in Jackson. It's not
Oh.
far away.
Yeah, I gotta go now.
That's close.
It's not close to Arizona.
I don't know, I get pissed
So,
every
we
time
could
I go through that roundabout.
You're going, you're going.
Yeah, you-
Kevin likes to go.
You probably
Good
go
enough.
127, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get the roundabout there.
I hate that roundabout.
Just don't think that one was necessary.
You ought to go to Benton Harbor, they got 4.
They're all necessary
All right.
to reduce the high-speed crashes.
How many height?
So then I've got a
Control
couple of
grid.
other questions.
Let's go.
Okay, so you had mentioned, I think there's a little more painting to be done. I was on Bankers Road earlier this week from
That's one.
Branch County and from the west side of the lake clear to the county line. It's horrible.
Well, that's because all that is a temporary marking that they put down to put the rumble strips in.
Okay,
We sprayed fog over the top of it, that's why it's horrible. They still have to actually paint it.
okay.
So that was just a temporary thing as part of the rumble strip process, so they got them in the right place.
So is the entire stretch of Bankers, like from 49 west to the state or the county line, gonna get repainted yet this fall?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Center line and the recessed,
I'm
uh,
thrilled to hear that. Because as it is now is, there's a lot of that road that are no passing zones and it's not good the way it is.
the only reason you see anything whatsoever there right now is because they put it there for the rumble strips.
Okay.
And that's part of the rumble strip project.
Okay. So Squawfield Road, just east of Waldron Road. So there's a new bridge there. And, the guardrail on the north side of the road, on the east side of the bridge. Somebody hit that thing with something really solid. They broke off 2 posts and bent the end of the guardrail.
So Squawfield Road where?
And this is just east of Waldron Road. There's a brand new bridge and it's the guardrail on the east side of the bridge on the north side of the road. But this is something that's happened fairly recently, because I drive that area frequently.
I'm assuming that might have been a piece of equipment hit there.
Well, it's something pretty hard to break those steel
Right.
posts off.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I've got them going out to check like that, the guardrail, to work on that on territorial, and there's like 3 other sections, I'll just add that to the.
Yeah. The only good thing about it was the piece got bent around to the
Backwards.
backside of the guardrail, so it's not sticking
That
out in
worked- that
traffic.
worked the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It did what it's supposed to.
All right, no, I can definitely have that added to the guardrail target or,
Okay, so as far as checking guardrail, one of the spots you're talking about too was there, we talked about a couple of weeks ago at the south end of Lake Diane and the curve on Territorial.
yes, that's what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what I thought, okay.
So in the past, apparently, we've always contracted to have guardrail fixed here, for the most part. I asked Kevin if there's a reason for that, and he said, no, our guys should be able to do it. It's just, I guess, in the past, the managers have always just decided it's easier to let a contractor do it. As long as they're capable of doing it, I'm gonna have to do it.
Contractor do it.
So we have
Yeah, our guys can. do it.
guardrail here, we've got a trailer that can have all the stuff for them. As long as they've got the capability of doing it, I'm gonna have them do it.
What if it takes new posts? We
They can
we
do
can set posts too,
They can do it.
okay.
Can we drive those?
Depending on what kind of post, whether it's the wood post or the steel post.
These are steel.
Yeah.
Well, I know the new one is there on the Squawfield Road, those are
Yeah,
steel,
the ones on Territorial, I think are wood.
I'm not positive.
Probably in territorial.
But yes, we can do either, or you dig a hole for the wood, or you drive the steel.
How do we drive the steel post? If our sign
Uh,
truck's not
Excavator?
working?
Oh, the sign truck can't do those, yeah, an excavator or
Okay,
backhoe, or
okay.
basically you pound them in, you push them in.
Big sledgehammer.
But no, the
Like
sign
all
truck
Post drive.
post driver drives the small
Small post.
sign
Okay.
post, not, it's just not driving.
We had
Big
one on
stuff.
the backhoe.
Okay,
Okay, and then just one other thing, on Long Lake Road, just north of Montgomery Road, I've been through there a couple times this last week. And there's a sizable tree that's hanging over the road. I think if you had a big box truck or a semi van, you'd hit that tree. So it's,
North of Montgomery?
yeah, just north of Montgomery, right after you turn the corner there on the Long Lake. It almost looks to me like somebody had hit the tree at least once. And so this is more than just sending out a mower. You need to send somebody out there with a chainsaw and cut the tree, because it's leaning at a really bad angle across the
I'll
road.
have them look at it, if nothing else, we'll have a contractor go take it down, take the whole tree down.
So. Okay. If I was driving a semi, I'd swing into the other lane and miss that tree.
Well, take it out for us, now we don't
Yeah.
gotta worry about it.
Any new business? We already took care of those two items. Public comment? Yes.
Alan Andrews, Reading Township. My time is growing short. Speaking of guardrails, I brought this up a couple times. South Allen Road, just south of Cole, there's a guardrail on the west side of the road. And I brought it up, and I don't think anything's ever been done. I don't know, there's 6 posts and 4 of the 6 are broken off. So
Where's
if
South
you're out
Allen
there
where?
looking, pardon?
South Allen where?
South Allen, just south of Cole.
Might wanna look at that too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Bill? Anything?
No, I think that we just need to make sure we're clear on the procedures and the things that we need to do with Bivens Road. I think the time frame is gonna be, they're gonna push it as much as they can.
Okay.
And I wanna thank Kathy for her comments about some of the things that they need to look at. They have made some improvements on Jay Creeks.
Okay.
That's really been a big improvement.
Okay.
So that's good, I appreciate
And the
that.
dust, and the noise. They-
Noise, bulk of the noise comments come from backup alarms. The rock crusher is an issue, but the backup alarms, and they have addressed the backup alarms with all their own equipment. The issue is that the rental equipment that comes in,
Right.
contractors that come in, that's their issue, they're working on that as much as they can. So, from my point of view, they're trying, and I had a meeting with one of them this week, and I expressed that they need to be more involved in the community, more involved in the township. And I think that's gonna happen.
I think they try really to get along with everybody.
Well, I think so. They were surprised at some of the complaints that came out of that first meeting.
Mhm.
They were kind of, and I think they've worked to address them. It's not perfect yet, but they've improved.
Mhm.
And maybe we need to improve our responsibility to tell them what's going on.
Sure.
So, I think it'll work out. Thank you.
Doug,
Good.
anything back there?
I got just one comment, you guys, where you done the gravel along 12, you've done a pretty good job, except my driveway, you start right in the middle of it, you stop. We've done half of it.
Do what?
They stopped right in the middle of my driveway, but they done that.
I think you need to put up a sign that, you know, I'm the township supervisor.
No, I don't wanna do that.
That'd make it worse.
That could, they probably plow it shut.
There's a lot of people that don't know who I am and where I live, so I'm not gonna advertise.
Keep it that way,
You
right?
want us to go ahead and pave that approach?
Huh? Well, they actually put a passing lane there because, Duck Lake Road's right there. But people, when they come off that, the passing lane doesn't go far enough back, so they've created a hole there, which you guys filled in this time. And then sometimes they come off the road, and my mailbox has been clipped a couple of times, and that, you know, it's US 12, so they don't slow down when they're going through there.
Did you ever put gravel on Jonesville Road? On the shoulder?
If nothing else, we can